The Chargers are 2-4 and have been massively disappointing to start this year. After losing 31-17 to the division rival Kansas City Chiefs, Brandon Staley had this to say in his post-game interview.
We need to reset as a football team. We need to reset. We've had 2 tough losses in a row, but we've got a good football team, and we just got to make sure that we keep it simple. We keep doing the little things well, because this is a good group of guys.
And he's right. We do need a reset of this team. But I don't think Brandon Staley sees the reset of this team the same way that we as fans see the reset of this team. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video if you do enjoy this content, but let me explain exactly what I'm talking about. Chargers fans, and me included, what we want and probably need for success is a total reset of this team. Not only the players and their mindset and the schemes like Brandon Staley is talking about, but also the coaching staff and the general manager. Tom Telesco has had 10 years to bring this team to contention, and he has nothing to show for it but some players that he drafted that started out their career really well, but are now non-factors for this team, man. The only player that is really playing well still is Keenan Allen. Joey Bosa, Derwin James, Austin Eckler, even Justin Herbert are not playing up to the level of play that we are used to seeing. And Mike Williams is on IR, so he's not even playing and he can't contribute right now. But also, shout out to Joshua Palmer, bro, for emerging as a legit wide receiver too. That is big for this offense. Kenneth Murray, he was a first-round pick, and he has finally figured it out in run defense, but he is still struggling so much in zone coverage. I mean, just look at Travis Kelce this past game. And also, Tuli Tuipulotu's been playing pretty well. That was a good draft pick, but we got so many other guys that Tom Telesco has drafted that are not playing well, not even on this team anymore. Brandon Staley said that his game plan going into this game was to crowd the middle of the field and make it as difficult as possible to throw it over the middle.
We wanted to populate the middle of the field. We wanted to have as many people in the middle of the field as possible. To populate the middle of the field with as many people as possible.
Where was every big play in the Chiefs game, bro? It was always over the middle of the field to Travis Kelce, or on a Mahomes scramble where he found an open man over the middle of the field every single time.
Correct.
Brandon Staley had a game plan in place, and the Chiefs directly attacked it and consistently beat them at it. Was it a bad game plan, or did the players just not execute? Either way, it is a bad look on him as a head coach, and he knows it, man. He is taking responsibility. So shout out to him. It's not like I hate the guy or anything. I'm just calling it as I see it. And I promise you, Brandon Staley and Tom Telesco won't be fired until after this season, if they even will be fired after this season. So what can the Chargers do in order to find success the rest of the way this season? Because it is still possible. The Chargers are still alive. On offense, they need to do 2 different things. And the first one is run the ball better. Now that Austin Eckler is back, I expected this run game to pick back up, but since returning, he has only had 72 yards rushing on 28 attempts. The other thing making this run game suffer is the loss of Corey Linsley, who was the Chargers' best run blocking offensive lineman. And I understand, man, that he was a crucial piece to this offensive line, but guys are going to get injured. And Will Clapp has been playing, honestly, like an above average center. He really has. So I'm not buying that the loss of Corey Linsley is the sole reason for the lack of a solid running game, although it obviously plays a role. In my opinion, from what I have seen, it's the tight ends not blocking as well as they did in week 1 and in the preseason, as well as the guards not getting out in space and blocking guys as well as they did before. The Chargers constantly have guards pulling and tight ends crack blocking, and there's so much movement behind the line of scrimmage on a Chargers run play, on a typical Chargers run play, and the players haven't been picking up as many blocks when they get out in motion like that. Maybe they need to trade for a better blocking tight end like Mercedes Lewis, I said in my video last week. Or maybe they just need to stop swinging their guards around, and we need to have a simpler running scheme, because these guys, they just can't execute, and they've been showing that for the past 5 or 6 weeks now. And now the next thing is they need to protect Justin Herbert. Oh my gosh. We have put so many resources into this offensive line. Corey Linsley, the highest paid center. Zion Johnson, first round draft pick. Rashawn Slater, first round draft pick. Trey Pipkins was a third rounder. Justin Herbert was under pressure 24 times, and he was sacked 5 times in this past game. He has great pocket presence, though, and those pressures, they affect any quarterback in the pocket, man. You can clearly see it is affecting him not only physically with that broken finger that he's got on the left hand, but also mentally too. There were several times that Herbert has forced the ball to his first read instead of opening himself up and scanning the field to find that second or third read that is open. Sometimes he doesn't have the time to get off of that first read, and then other times he does, but he just forces the throw. There were 2 third downs against the Chiefs. I said this in my last video where Quentin Johnston was wide open for a first down, but Herbert just forced a bad throw to Keenan Allen. That is 2 drives late in this game in the fourth quarter that were killed because Justin Herbert's mental game is being affected by the pressure. He is also now starting to rush throws and even hold on to the ball too long. And we have seen him miss Keenan Allen on a touchdown against the Chiefs and then on 2 touchdowns against the Cowboys. That's 2 weeks in a row now that he missed 3 Keenan Allen touchdowns. The pressure is affecting him, and I'm not making excuses for Justin Herbert, okay? These are just the facts. He's an awesome quarterback that has a lot going against him right now, but it is also his fault, and he needs to take some responsibility to an extent because he's allowing these other factors to negatively impact his game and the things that he can control. Reset this running scheme and reset Herbert's mentality when throwing the football. Now on defense, it is more complicated because I don't even know if they have the guys to compete anymore, to be honest with you. Derwin James has been having his worst season of his career, and it is not even close. Same with Joey Bosa. And those are the 2 leaders on defense, the guys that you're paying at the top of their position to play like guys that are the best at their position. And the cold, hard facts are that they just haven't done that at any point in this season. And we have played 6 games already. The best chance that this team has to succeed on defense is to stop playing their defensive backs so far off the freaking line. There was a 3rd and like 16 that the Chiefs had late in the game. Everyone was playing way back like that Gus Bradley picket fence defense. Patrick Mahomes runs for first. Late in the game in a fourth quarter drive, you cannot allow a 3rd and like 17 conversion like that. It was so disgusting. The best chance that this team has to succeed is to force the other team to beat you deep. The second half against the Chiefs, Dean Marlowe played much farther up, closer to the line of scrimmage, and he took away the middle of the field. He played really well, and they played single high safety for almost the entire second half. They also played way more man coverage. They blitzed more often, and all of those things, man, they worked. They forced 2 turnovers. They only had 1 score on a 35-yard drive by the Chiefs. That's it, 35 yards. That was the only score they allowed in the second half. Michael Davis looks so much better playing man than zone. And the same goes for Asante Samuel Jr., who got that pick while playing man coverage. I know you guys remember that in the first half. So why not play more man than zone to allow your players to have success? We're talking about putting these guys in position to succeed. And if they're better at man coverage, play more man. Play them closer to the line. Get them in press coverage. So the Chargers need a reset of their defensive scheme, and they need to bring more pressure and play more man coverage on defense. Brandon Staley has so many aggressive decisions on 4th downs on offense. Bring some of that aggression to this defense, man. Bring it to the play calling, and they can seriously turn things around. How many teams can hold the Chiefs to only 1 score in the second half? Not many. Now, I still believe that the Chargers need to have a change at head coach and general manager after this season, but the road for success has been laid out now. Reset that running scheme, protect Justin Herbert at all cost, and reset that defensive scheme. Play way more aggressive on defense, man. That is how the Chargers can get to the playoffs at the end of this year. It is still possible. We can still do it. And if you want to see everything that happened in that Chargers and Chiefs game, you can click right here. I was pretty upset. I'm just going to be honest with you.